Dumelang! Welcome to my channel, Botswana Thinking Law, where I bring you and the law closer. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about abortion. But before we get started in this video, I'd like to put in a disclaimer. This is not legal advice. This is simply a sharing of general information. If you have a problem of a legal nature, please engage the services of an attorney. Now back to our video. In Botswana, abortion is generally illegal, except for in certain instances. But before we get to these instances where abortion is legal, I'd like to go through where it is considered to be illegal. A person who assists a woman in getting an abortion, the one who actually induces this woman to have an abortion, whether through the use of tools or drugs, is guilty of an offense and is liable to imprisonment for a period of not more than 7 years. A person who supplies the tools for causing an abortion, including any drugs or medication, is also guilty of an offense and is liable to imprisonment for a period of not more than 3 years. And a person who advertises the services of giving an abortion, either by themselves or a third party, advertises the tools to help induce an abortion, or advertises drugs or medication to cause an abortion, is also guilty of an offense and is liable to imprisonment for a period of not more than 3 years. And a woman who gets an abortion is also guilty of an offense and is liable for imprisonment for a term not more than 3 years. Then the question becomes, if a person leaves Botswana to go across the border to get an abortion in a country where abortion is known to be legal, are they committing an offense in terms of the laws of Botswana? Please leave your comments down below in relation to what your views are on this issue. Now, let's move on to the issue of where abortion is considered to be legal. Abortion is legal in Botswana in 3 instances. The first one is where the pregnancy is as a result of rape, defilement, or incest, and provided that the pregnancy is less than 16 weeks old. If this person consents to the abortion, or if they are unable to consent, especially when they are minors, then their parent or guardian is the one that's supposed to consent to the abortion. The other instances where abortion is legal is where the continuation of the pregnancy is likely to cause injury to the woman. And this injury could be either physical injury or mental injury. This woman also has to consent. If she is incapacitated or unable to give such consent, then this woman's next of kin has the power to consent to such an abortion. In this instance as well, the pregnancy should not be older than 16 weeks. If it is older than 16 weeks, then it means the abortion cannot take place. In this particular situation, there have to be 2 medical practitioners that have to confirm in writing that indeed the continuation of the pregnancy is likely to cause injury to the woman's physical or mental health. The third instance where abortion is allowed in terms of the law of Botswana is where if the child is born, they are likely to be born with severe health issues, or they are likely to have severe disabilities. In that instance, the woman also has to consent If she is unable to consent, then they're next of kin. Similarly, the pregnancy has to be less than 16 weeks old. Additionally, in this point, there has to be in writing by 2 medical practitioners confirming that indeed, if the pregnancy goes ahead, the child is likely to be born with these severe health conditions or disabilities. Now, in relation to the first one of rape, defilement, or incest, the question one can ask is, if a person comes to the hospital and they are below the age of consent, and we know the age of consent in Botswana is 18 years, should they not be given the option for an abortion? I think there are various things that need to be taken into consideration. One of them is whether this pregnancy is below or above 16 weeks. And because they are below the age of majority, can they consent? If they cannot consent, can the parent consent in their stead? And if that's the case, do they consent? Another issue that can be looked at is whether abortion laws are necessary in this day and age. We know that there has been serious debate in various jurisdictions on whether it is necessary for abortion to be regulated, especially in light of the fact that in these days, women will continue to have backdoor abortions that leads to various health complications, even death. And another question is, do abortion laws make sense in this day and age? Please leave your views down below in the comments. Let me know what you think about this debate on abortion, what you think about these abortion laws in Botswana, and let's have engagement. Thank you for joining me in this video. Please make sure that you like, you share, you subscribe, ring the notification bell so that every time I put up a new video, you get notified. Ensure that you follow me on my Facebook page at Botswana Thinking Law, on my Twitter at BW Thinking Law. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!
Audience into this